Gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the very first episode, the premiere of our brand new podcast. My name is Max, and I'm joined by my very good friend here.
Hey, I'm Jesse.
And we're sitting here today on a beautiful Monday afternoon,
Yes,
cloudy
it is.
skies, a little bit of sun peeking out. It's real nice.
Perfect.
It's
Pacific Northwest weather.
nice respite from quite a treacherous weekend we had.
Oh my God.
Stormwatch 2016. I mean, it was all over the news. People were freaking out. People were stocking up. People were ready.
I don't know how I survived, honestly.
I mean, did you get any damage to your property at all?
No. I mean, yeah, some leaves blew past, you
Yeah.
know. It was a little crazy on my patio, but other than that, we made it through.
Yeah, are you okay?
Oh no, I'm damaged.
Emotionally, you're damaged.
Ruined.
So it wasn't so much a physical damage as much as it was
Very-
spiritual.
And mental,
Yeah.
just like some of my chakras are kind of blocked now,
Yeah.
I think. Might have
Yeah.
to fix that.
That's always rough. Yeah, we'll have to get you some crystals or maybe some incense. I don't really know how all that crunchy granola stuff works, but I'm sure it has something to do with something like that. Go out into the forest and connect with Mother Nature, all of that nice jazz. So we're here to record our very first episode of our brand new podcast.
Number one.
Looking out for number one. And this number one is actually called Bleach and Blisters, our very first episode. So let's kind of get into it. This show is called Dish Gods, and we're here to dish on pretty much anything and everything that's going on in the world. All the good, all the bad, and all of the indifferent. Everything that we feel is important to discuss. A lot of crazy stuff going on this year. It's been quite a year just for the world in general, and we feel like there's a lot to talk about, and we feel like we should raise our voices and kind of talk. But this isn't a political podcast. We're not here to lay waste to anybody who's running for president. We're not here to change minds or share our opinions. It's mostly we just want to talk about these kinds of things and express ourselves through this medium.
Put it out into the world.
And that's exactly what we're here to do. So this show is called Dish Gods, but it was actually almost called something else, wasn't it?
Trash Lords.
Trash Lords.
Lords.
Yeah, we didn't really want to go with that name because we're not here to talk trash. We're here to dish. And that's what we're here to do. But that name also has something else. Now, Jesse, we're coworkers.
Yes.
We work in the same company, as it were.
An unnamed company.
Anonymous company, because we want to avoid all legal ramifications of anything that we say on the microphone. What do you do in this company? I guess what do we both do?
Yeah, well, as the name kind of implies, we wash dishes. We're dishwashers.
We are
mainly.
dishwashers, mainly. We also do some other things. I noticed that you were chopping up some broccoli the other day.
Yes.
So
my favorite thing to do.
My friend Jesse here is a multi-talented person over here, ladies, in case you're interested. His phone
Shout
number,
out.
actually, is 253. No, I won't give you the number out. We are dishwashers, and we are kind of passionate about washing dishes.
Very passionate.
More so than most people might think 20-year-olds might be about such a job. We take it kind of seriously. We're not Dwight Schrute of dishwashing, I wouldn't say. But
pretty close.
Yeah, but pretty close. We're pretty proud of it. So what got you into dishwashing, Jesse?
Well, actually, my friend said that I should apply, and I just thought it was such a great company that I just had to do it. I've always dreamt of dishwashing since I was a little kid.
Yeah. Did you wash dishes when you were younger?
All the time. It was my favorite chore. I'd always feel like if my sibling was trying to do it, I'd be like, stop. Because I'm going to be a dishwasher one day. That's best
that's
dishwasher.
Beautiful. Yeah, and I would say that you are the best dishwasher, at least in this room.
Well, I don't know about that.
You're too kind. Come on, you got to own it up at someday. No, we're both dishwashers. We both have been working at the company for roughly the same amount of time, probably just a month apart, I think.
We both started this year.
Yeah, so we wash dishes for this company, and Yeah, we just love it so much. We wanted to just dedicate half an hour a week to just talking about all things dishwashing. Now, this episode you may have noticed is titled Bleach and Blisters. And I wanted to kind of get into that because, Jesse, we work quite a bit with bleach. Isn't that right? It's quite a dangerous chemical.
It's the worst, in my opinion.
The worst chemical, in Jesse's opinion. Now, you also suffer from a condition called eczema, correct?
Yes, I do.
And that gets pretty irritated throughout the day.
Yes, it plagues my work weeks.
Do you have any bleach stories you care to share? Anything that just dealing with the episode title?
Any bleach stories? Let me think. Let's see. Well, first of all, I think we should have protective masks on our face when we're working around such protective chemicals.
Well, that's more of our issue than the company's issue. We just don't do that. We have the option to, and
we have the option.
We don't have the foresight to prepare for that. So that's more of our bad, I guess.
Let's see. Yeah, bleach and blisters. I mean, I try to wear gloves when I can to protect myself from such hazardous chemicals. But
anything crazy ever happen with bleach?
Anything crazy?
Yeah. Have you ever just had something terrible go wrong?
Oh, dude, the other day I just got bleach all over my hoodie. Oh, it was a disaster.
Oh no, is it totally stained now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of cool because you get that cool that flaming thing going on. I kind of like that vibe.
Right on. Yeah, because you're so crunchy and granola.
Grunge, grunge.
Yeah, really. That's what we're all about here at Dish Gods. Now, we do talk about dishes, and that is the main focus here, but we also kind of have a beef we want to get off. And that is the most recent presidential debate.
Oh, God.
Did you happen to catch some of that, I assume?
I did.
And that was quite the show, wasn't it? To say the least.
Yeah, I was playing a drinking game, every time Trump says China, take a shot, so I saw about half of it.
Yeah, at least the half that you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can only imagine that he filled up your bottle pretty quickly.
2 minutes in, it was pretty much gone.
Yeah, I chose not to watch it. I did catch some highlights though. I watched the first one. I watched the live stream of the first one, and after that I decided I've seen all that they have to offer. I figured that the next debates wouldn't have been any different.
One and done. Seen one, you seen them all.
One,
right?
Exactly. I did catch some highlights though. Quite a lot of talk about rape in this debate.
Oh God.
Can you recall any other presidential debates or campaigns that were so centered upon such a vile act?
I mean, I can't. I'm pretty young, but I can't imagine that would be something that.
I mean, Richard Nixon wasn't going against his opponent saying, yeah, he raped a bunch of people. So I have to imagine that this is a first.
I mean, that's a pretty strong argument, too.
That's a pretty strong argument. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's safe to say that we're not the biggest Trump fans. No. But, however, I just don't think that the fact that these debates were so brought down to that level of rape and middle school name calling is just it's disappointing. It's a little disappointing that they spent
low.
So much
American
time
politics.
focusing on rapes. And I mean, I'm glad that Anderson Cooper called out Donald Trump about being a sexual assaulter, musketeer. I don't know what they call him nowadays, whatever the kids are saying. But no, I'm glad that he did that. I just think that Donald, I don't know.
Trump.
Yeah, Trump, there's no words. There's no words to Donald Trump anymore. Everything that's needed to be said about that man has been said. Whatever we say isn't going to be new. There is another highlight from that debate, though. Ken Bohn.
Love that guy.
Ken Bohn, internet sensation, overnight celebrity. Some would say meme god. Now, yeah, we're pretty young, and our generation is kind of centered around memes more so than I realized. What do you think of the whole Ken Bohn story?
The Ken Bohn?
Yeah.
Viral star happens all the time now.
I think that this is probably one of the most undeserving viral stars, though. Most people who go viral at least have some semblance of talent. Ken Bohn just asked a question.
like, I don't understand. What was he on, Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, he was on Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel asked him why he wore the red sweater.
What a question.
What a question. What quality TV content. I mean, this is the day and age we're living in. This is media, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly. No, I feel like while I watched the debate, there's a woman who asked another question, which I thought was better than Ken Bohn's because it was more philosophical. Ken Bohn was just looking out for money. He was looking out for number one.
Just for himself.
The Bohn man. But God. This woman asked a question, and she asked if Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump felt like they were representing positive role models.
That was a great question. I really like that one.
That's a better question than how are you going to protect my job and keep me from making that fat stack of money that I keep pulling in to buy these red sweaters. That's a philosophical question.
Which they totally avoided, by the way.
Which they totally avoided. They did not answer that question at all. And that one was left in the dust. And Ken Bohn got all the glory, got all the gold. And which is confusing to me because I feel like he handled it quite well. Mm-hmm. But some of the things that I saw, people were saying that he represents a sort of hope, a sort of naivety. Yeah, like a new hope. Star Wars, A New Hope. Fuck. He represents sort of a hope, a naivety in this ugly election we've been going through. And I feel like that's giving his presence way too much credit. Ken Bohn is actually an undecided voter.
He's a Trump supporter?
He's not necessarily a Trump supporter. He's just he's undecided. But, the way that the internet has reacted to most Trump supporters, I'm surprised that he got as much traction as he did.
Yeah.
Especially being undecided. People think that he was cute and he was cuddly and he was kind and warm, and I agree. And I also agree that there's not a lot of takeaway from that debate. There's not a lot of highlights. However, I just feel that Ken Bohn getting all of the glory that he has gotten, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It's just a distraction, really.
It's a distraction.
From
it's the Illuminati.
The real topics. Yeah.
It's the Illuminati.
He's a plant.
The lizard people. He's a plant. He is a government operative that is there to take your attention away from the real issues. And one of those issues is dishwasher safety.
Exactly.
And we're going to talk about that, but right now we're going to take a little break, and we're going to have a quick advertisement. So we'll be right back. Welcome to the ad spot, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this week we don't have an advertiser, right? Did somebody email you?
No, I haven't been emailed, but if somebody wants to, please.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor our show or support us in any way, you can email us at dishgodsshow@gmail.com. I mean, this is a really good spot for an ad.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I would buy that product.
Yeah, this is a perfect place for it. It's comfortable, it's sleek, it's new, it's hip, it's young, it's youthful. All those buzzwords that the companies like.
On the verge of being viral. I mean, you need to jump on this.
Yeah.
It's like stock.
Buy your stock today. I'm looking at you. What's a good company that we could get? Starbucks. Starbucks is Washington.
Starbucks.
Yeah, we could get them. Honda, Toyota, Big Oil, Big Tobacco. Let's get our
Microsoft
nails in there. Microsoft, Apple. Let's get warring companies. And let's bridge all these hateful gaps that wage our business community. Honestly, I mean, Sony and Microsoft and Apple and Microsoft. Microsoft has a lot of enemies, which is amazing. Let's get all these warring companies together and let's make something truly beautiful. Let's unite them all as one for one global foundation.
Wow.
Under our name. And
beautifully said.
To give us money. Because we're all about that cash. You know what I mean?
Cash money, baby.
Cash money. That's mainly the reason we're doing this. I think it's it's my only reason.
What other reason is there?
Fame?
Fame?
Glory?
Yeah, I'll take the glory.
Glory and legacy? Yeah, so we're in it mostly for money, but we're also in it for people to remember us for talking about idiotic things for 30 minutes. So, yeah, if you are an advertiser and you would like to sponsor our show or have an advertisement with us, please email us at dishgodsshow@gmail.com. Also, if you're a listener and you just want to shout us out and let us know how much you like the show. You can also email us at dishgodsshow@gmail.com. We would love to hear from our listeners. We love to connect with you guys.
Questions, comments,
concerns, criticisms, anything and everything that you can think of. Please email us in. Hey, you know what? Here's a fun thing. Email us in your favorite dish to wash. What's your favorite kind of plate to scrub in the sink? Jesse, why don't you start us off? What's your favorite kind of plate?
My favorite kind of plate. Does it have to be a plate?
It doesn't have to be a plate. Let's not limit it.
Okay. Well, I really like the pickle buckets.
Mm-hmm.
At our work specifically. I mean, I love washing those because I know it's not going to get the smell out.
And that pickle smells a really nice smell too. Very comforting.
I've always liked pickles.
Ladies love it. I've found the ladies really like the pickle smell. And I mean, if it's not about money, it's about ladies. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. I really like to wash silverware.
Silverware. Why is that?
It's very nimble. It's very it's very beautiful. I feel like it's very artistic.
Shiny.
I've always liked shiny things. Yeah, I feel like washing silver is just beautiful because I get to wash away any previous impact that somebody's had on it.
Yeah.
And I get to bring it new and introduce it to somebody totally new. And you never know where that fork's going to go. I mean, that fork could get touched by somebody famous.
It could go in anyone's mouth.
Anyone's mouth, anyone's hands. And I think that's a really beautiful sentiment. That's why I really like washing.
You can't say that about any other dish. It's not going in people's mouths.
Well, yeah. I mean, unless they lick the plate or the bowl.
Do people do
Cups.
that?
Yeah, people do that. I would be amazed.
That's disgusting.
In this day and age with the things that I've seen, I would be amazed if there aren't people in public places licking their plates clean.
Do it at home, guys. Save it for home.
Keep it at home, please. So that's the end of our ad spot. We're going to take another short break, and we'll be right back with the episode. Thank you. And we're back. Thanks so much for sticking around with us, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that was a good break. It was a really nice break. Yeah. We got to take more of those. Let's just chill, man.
I wish I could always take a break.
Yeah, man. Like, life's full. Life's about breaks. It's not about the work. It's about the space in between.
Yeah, that's what really.
It's about those quiet moments. Kind of leading off the debate, something interesting that we saw earlier in the week was Otto the octopus.
Love that guy.
Probably the most intelligent, if not one of the most intelligent octopi on the planet. They asked him to predict the next presidential election, and he had an interesting reaction to it, right?
Yeah, he got the fuck out of there.
He just bounced.
He's what all of us are trying to do right now.
Yeah, I think that's kind of true. We're all kind of just trying to escape this thing. A lot of people just aren't leaning one way or the other, and most people are just pulling their hair out over the whole thing. Nobody wants to choose, and people feel like they're cornered. And I guess we all kind of wish we could be Otto and just kind of get Audi 5000. It's kind of interesting because you and I kind of have a fear of octopi.
Oh, I'm terrified.
Terrified, pretty much. I mean, everybody talks about Planet of the Apes, and apes are going to take over the world.
What are apes?
Apes don't have shit.
They don't have anything
on octopi. I mean, they're intelligent, they're lethal, they're sneaky. I have half a mind that octopi are spies. Alien spies.
Alien spies.
I mean, have you ever seen an octopi? Don't tell me that that's from the planet.
Mother
Earth
they're
did
so
not
terrifying.
mold that.
Their teeth and their mouth, the arms,
the
suction
tentacles,
cups.
Are you kidding me? Suction cups? That's not natural. That's some science government messing around. All right,
that was created in a lab.
That was created in a lab, in a test tube, much like mice are growing feet on their backs now.
It's a huge cover-up.
It's a huge cover-up. I don't know of what, but they're covering up something. Now, yeah, people think that like Planet of the Apes or nuclear fallout is going to happen. I have half a mind.
No.
I have it on good authority that octopi are going to bring about the end of the world.
I'm fully convinced.
Because, yeah, we've talked about this, because all octopi are solitary creatures, but they're working on teaching gorillas and all kinds of animals sign language and how to communicate with each other. If we teach octopi how to communicate, that's it. We're done.
World's over. Apocalypse.
World's over. Don't prep your bomb shelters. Don't get your nuclear fallout homes prepped. Don't start shooting monkeys in the head. R.I.P. Harambe. Yeah, get ready for the octopi. Get your octo sprays and your pest repellents. I don't know what octopi are they. Are they like snails? Do they hate salt?
Do they? There's got to be some weakness, some kryptonite.
We got to figure that out, because in case we're ever attacked by an octopus, I should say, we need to be prepared.
It's coming. The octopi are coming.
The end is nigh, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of terrifying animals, you had quite an interesting business idea the other day, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to explain what that was?
Definitely. Yeah, look out for this if you live in the Pacific Northwest, like kind of Tacoma area. But it's gonna be a arachnid and insect petting zoo.
Petting zoo. Like a tangible experience to interact with these kinds of animals.
You'll get to touch them
and more.
They'll get to touch you.
more so than me touching them.
Yeah.
Kind of like you kind of had like a vision for it.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, there's gonna be all kinds of different spiders. Camel spiders, very poisonous. Jumping
very
spiders,
dangerous.
highly intelligent.
Okay, so intelligent and dangerous is what we're dealing with here.
Yes.
So like kind of like the octopus of insects.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a great place to take like your dates. That fear is just gonna bring you together.
Really? You don't think it's gonna tear us apart when I run for the hills?
No.
No.
I mean,
because you lock the door, right? It's kind of like a Saw-esque room that you throw your customers into.
They willingly throw themselves into this room.
But what's on the other side of the door is not something that most of them want to experience.
Well, I mean, why do people do anything? It's like
love, money, fear, rage, anger, hate, sex, drugs. I mean, I could go on and on, but those are just a few reasons why people do anything. I've never known anybody that has done anything for an arachnid, but I'm sure that you have. You've saved quite a bit of spiders from our work.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually you have. You're quite the humanitarian. We find quite a bit of insects and creepy crawlies at our sink.
And rummaging through, the different leafy greens and produce.
Yeah, and you tend to rescue them. You put them in a cup and you'll leave them outside.
Well, you've got to.
We've got to look out for those who can't help themselves. That's kind of our duty, I think, as human beings.
Yeah, I mean, when you find like a cricket in your romaine, like you don't just kill that. You don't let it drown. You save it.
Because that cricket could one day grow up to be president. At least a better president than the ones that we've got now.
Anyone can be.
Anyone can be at this point. Yeah, so you kind of compared it to skydiving.
Yeah, I mean, it's a kind of a fear-driven, exciting, it gets your adrenaline going kind of experience.
Yeah, so those are the kinds of people that you're looking to attract at APZ.
Yes.
The Arachnid Petting Zoo. and insects.
Great. Yes.
Yeah. So, and you also mentioned like introducing cute animals into the experience too, as sort of like a palate cleanser.
Yeah. Well, let's back this up. So there's going to be levels. To this,
like a dungeon.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like a darkness dungeon.
People love dungeons.
Follow the dungeon of my heart, of Jesse's heart. This kind of, would you say that this spider hate-filled dungeon is sort of a reflection of what's inside of you?
Most definitely, yeah. That's kind of where it started from. It all starts from inside, but I think this idea is really going to flourish into the exterior world.
Really? So are you imagining sort of like a Jurassic Park kind of deal, maybe, or more like a Disney World where you have multiple locations in multiple areas?
Well, yeah, there's going to be a branch, there's going to be a chain, but definitely Jurassic Park, because some of these spiders are huge.
Okay.
Let me tell you, people, they're as big as your arm span. I'm just going to leave it there.
Wow, that sounds horrible. I hope I never go. I hope your idea dies, and maybe you deserve to die for that idea too.
Well, when I'm around that many poisonous spiders, it's bound to happen eventually.
Well, I mean, you're the main figurehead. I don't imagine you're doing a lot of the dirty work. You'll probably have, people, homeless people,
Peons,
drug addicts, any kind of people who have lost their way and are looking for a quick buck and have nothing to lose. I'm sure you'll get those kinds of people to handle your evil animals.
Yeah, all off the books, of course, because that way I don't have to pay minimum wage.
You're a tyrant.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, on that note, stop by, bring your dates. It's a great place to bring people together for the whole family, really.
When can we experience this terrible location?
When?
Yeah.
I mean, with how good of an idea this is, it'll probably be popping up within a year.
Within a year.
Yeah, within a year.
And if you're an investor looking to invest in this terrible idea, you can email us at dishgodsshow@gmail.com.
Jump on these jumping spiders, man.
Speaking
Great
of terrible
idea.
dates, we were kind of talking about Tinder earlier. Are you... Now, you're not on Tinder, is that correct?
No, I'm not.
You're not on any online dating, right?
I don't really believe in it.
You don't believe in it. What's your beef with Tinder?
Well, I'm very religious.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. It's against my religious and moral standards.
Okay. What religion are you?
I'm an atheist.
You're an atheist. and so it goes against the idea that all atheists should mate together.
Well, it's just not real.
It's not real.
It's not real. It's like you can be whoever you want to be on the internet. You can just like lie, say whatever you want on your profile, and to attract, the opposite sex or the same sex.
Like they're wearing
whatever.
a mask.
Yeah, I mean we all wear masks.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you just come up with that?
Right now.
Right off the top of your
now.
dome.
Yeah.
Wow, we should make that into a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be our
merch,
first shirt.
Merch,
our
ladies
first
and
piece of merch.
gentlemen.
But no, you kind of wear a mask. You actually wear a real mask.
Yeah.
In your day-to-day life. It's actually kind of
Yes.
terrifying. You kind of walk down the street and you look kind of almost like a nightmare, I would say. You have these fangs and these big goggles. And why do you wear that mask?
Why do I wear it?
Yeah. Do you feel like that also reflects who you are on the inside?
No, I don't think it does.
Do you wear it to protect what's on the inside?
To ward off, people who could hurt me. I'm scared and I'm vulnerable. and
and you kind of believe that like the first thing, like your beef with Tinder is that the first thing people see is like your face and your body, and you don't think that should be the first thing anybody sees on anybody.
So
that's why you wear your mask.
Yeah, if I was to make a Tinder, it'd just be a picture of me in a mask.
It'd just be the same 5 pictures of you in a mask. Yeah, because when you meet somebody, I remember the first time we met, you actually had your head like down against your knees, and you shook my hands by extending your hand straight up into the air because you didn't want me to see your face. You said you have to judge me by my personality. How dare you?
Get to know the real me.
Yeah, the real me looks like this,
bending over in the
head
fetal position.
into my knees, basically in the fetal position, if you can imagine that at home.
Because that's the real me.
That's the
Ladies
real
and
you.
gentlemen.
That's kind of beautiful. And on that note, I think we're going to call it an episode. Thank you so much for joining us for our very first episode. Again, if you liked what you heard, if you have any comments, criticisms, concerns, questions, although don't email us your criticisms because this is our fucking thing. Keep your opinions out of it.
We don't want to hear it, guys, but send it in anyways.
Send it in anyways. We need the hits. We would love to hear from you. We would love to connect to our listeners. Hit us up at dishgodsshow@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook,
all of them,
Snapchat,
we hit them all
Tinder, LinkedIn, MySpace. Man, how many? Friendster, Vimeo, Google Plus. Definitely, Google Plus is where we're most active. You can find all our social medias at Dish Gods. We actually were able to get all of those. So just search Dish Gods on those, and you'll be able to find us. We actually just started our Instagram like in the middle of this episode on our break.
Yeah,
that was exciting. We posted our first picture. You can see it. It's us in our little studio here, a very humble studio. So we look forward to hearing from you. Email us at dishgodsshow@gmail.com. And we're not sure when the next episode's gonna come out.
Soon.
Very soon though. We're finding our footing, figuring out our schedule, but it'll definitely be perfect and it'll be amazing. We look forward to taking this ride with you all.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for listening. See you next time.